welcome to your weekend. I am Chine Ozo. Today's show promises to be an exciting one. We have our usual segments, the weekend entertainment, top listers, and we will be having some awesome guests who will be joining us on the show today. Now, to kickstart the program, here is Whip and Grill, and Chef Bola Tito is standing by with lentil soup.
Hello guys, welcome to another exciting episode on Whip and Grill. I am Chef Bola Tito. On today's show, we are going to be making some lentil soup. Guys, this soup is really good, especially in this raining season when you're cold and the rain is and maybe the rain is heavy and the weather is cold. This soup is everything and more. Trust me, it's so light and it's so yummy. So let's get started. So first thing, we have our stock water on fire. We're going to add our gizzard. You know, this gizzard is already cooked, but we're just going to add it to heat it up a bit. And then we're going to add, because it's cold season, so we add some hot chili fresh pepper. Spoon of garlic. We're going to stir. We don't want to add seasoning right away because of course the stock, the meat was already boiled with some seasoning and some salt in it, so we just have to taste and be sure we want to add more seasoning to this. Okay, I think this is good. So our meat is boiling with the stock, so we're going to add our lentils. Lentils is really another very healthy food. Like, it's in the family of legumes and it's very rich in protein. So you can never go wrong with lentils. And it doesn't take so much to be cooked. So we're going to just allow this to cook for like 5 minutes and then we'll come back to check if this is ready. So guys, I think it's more than 10 minutes, but we're going to check if our lentils is ready. Oh my god, this is ready. So it's well cooked now. So the next thing for us to add is our carrots. Spring onions. So these lentils need some more water. Like I said, the seasoning is okay. So we're going to add some more water to this. One seasoning. This is the first time we're adding seasoning apart from the one we had from the stock. Because this is a soup, you can't afford for it to be too thick. Taste. Nice. More garlic. So if you'd want, you can add 1 spoon of sesame oil, olive oil, whichever oil you prefer to add to this for taste or flavor. Or you can as well have this soup like this without any oil. So we'll give it 2 more minutes and then we are back and we're going to be plating our lentils. So guys, it is time for us to check if our lentil soup is ready, and I'm sure it is. Ooh, see that gorgeousness. This is really nice. Looks really good. Oh my god. This recipe, I don't even know what to say anymore. I'm lost for compliment. It's really good. So we're just going to turn off the heat in the kitchen and we're going to plate our soup. see that goodness. Oh my God. Like, you all need to be here and have a taste of this sumptuous lentil soup. And this is the time I don't like talking about, because it's time for us to say goodbye on the show today. And like I always say, we have all the recipe on your screen. Try this and you will thank me later for this. See you same time on the show, Whip and Grill. Bye.
Thank you, Chef Bola Tito, for whipping up some lentil soup. I think I'll try that one of these days. And from the kitchen, we move on to the week in entertainment, where Aisha Megarikana is standing by.
Hello and welcome to the Week in Entertainment. Here are some of the entertainment events that happened during the course of the week. First off, Nollywood's ace actor James Ikechukwu Osomuga, best known as Jim Ike, has bagged a chieftaincy title in Ghana. The 45-year-old Jim Ike veteran actor was conferred with the title Ohadike I of Indibu by His Royal Highness Dr. Ambassador Chuwudi J. Ihenatu Ezi Ndibo, Ghana, on the occasion of the 10th Yam Festival of the Reigns of the Eze Ndibo. His Royal Highness Dr. Ambassador Chuwudi J. Ihenatu says the actor was recognized for his tremendous achievements and contributions to the African entertainment industry and Igbo people. The movie actor and director has done hundreds of movies in Nigeria and other African countries, including Ghana and Gabon, where he spent some of his growing up years. Ace Nigerian filmmaker Kunle Afolayan's latest Netflix collaboration, Anikulapo, is set for a simultaneous cinema and streaming release. The epic film is one of the prominent non-English language titles of the year. Anikulapo loosely follows the story of a young man's quest for greener pastures in ancient Oyo Kingdom. Anikulapo has a star-studded cast, with Kunle Remi in the titular role alongside Shola Shokbowale, Bimbo Ademoye, Hakim K. Kazim, Taiwo Ogogo Hassan, and Aisha Lawal. The film was shot at the newly launched KAP Resort in Oyo State by Jonathan Covell. According to the filmmaker, the film promises an intriguing storyline that will leave film lovers bedazzled. Nigeria's official selection committee, NOSC, for the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences, Oscars, has announced that again, no Nigerian film has qualified for the Oscars 2023. This is coming after the 15-member committee failed to reach a consensus on 3 contending titles: Kunle Afolayan's Anikulapo, Femi Adebayo Salami's King of Thieves, and Mo Abudu's Elation Oba. The 3 non-English language titles reportedly emerged finalists but failed to satisfactorily meet the IFF eligibility criteria. Recall, NOSC's non-eligibility verdict will be the second in a row, as the committee last submitted an Oscar contender in 2020 with Desmond Obiageli's Milkmaid. British longest reigning monarch Queen Elizabeth II's casket was on Monday, 19th September, lowered into the royal vault at St. George's Chapel in Windsor Castle. The Queen made her final journey as the world witness from a state funeral in Westminster Abbey to the final destination at St. George the 6th chapel in Windsor Castle, where she was buried alongside her husband, Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh. The second Elizabethan age was symbolically brought to a close with the highest ranking official, Lord Chamberlain Andrew Parker, broke his wand of office. The coffin was lowered, a lone piper played a haunting lament, the instrument of state with which she was crowned in 1953. The imperial state crown, herb, and scepter were removed from the coffin and placed on the high altar. Her eldest son and successor, King Charles III, placed the Queen's Company Camp colour of the Grandeur of Guards on the coffin. The Queen's titles were read publicly for the last time. Well, that's the much we can take on the week in entertainment. The rest of your weekend continues shortly.
Are you ready? Yes, it is time again to celebrate Nigeria's independence. NTA Entertainment presents October Fest, a family fun fair and cultural mega splash, featuring fashion runway, cultural display, musical performances, games, comedy, dances, and lots more. So, join us as we splash a color green and white. Date Thursday 29th September, time 10 a.m. prompt. Venue NTA Headquarters, Area 11, Garki, Abuja. There will be lots to eat and drink and lots to take home. NTA Entertainment, your one-stop entertainment channel.
Hello and welcome to another amazing edition of Your Weekend.
People are telling you, oh, it has to be heat and it has to be steamy, it has to be hot, but we've decided that, somebody has to tell a story that is family oriented.
I got you how to fight you!
Welcome to another edition of Talking Movie.
Ethan Hunt will lose everyone he ever cared about.
Where's that little face? Go, go, go!
See, when you say pour out, you can't call water. You can't see, you don't excavate water.
This is a #1 program, Gallery.
Do you love to gist or gossip?
Is marriage a death sentence? If they broke, it is extremely wrong, and we cannot take it.
Hello everyone, welcome to another exciting episode of Whip and Grill.
Welcome to the slant today, where we say it as it is and we get to enjoy ourselves talking about various things that are happening in our society.
I've never heard anyone celebrate a breakup like this.
Beyond 6 packs.
Because your job still remains as the man to protect the woman, to project the woman.
You need to do that again.
Thank you, Aisha, for bringing us up to date in the world of. And it's quite a pity that the Nigerian movies will not be making it to the Oscars because they failed the eligibility criteria test again. Well, we hope that one of these days that we can actually make it. And it's still your weekend. If you're just joining us, we'll take a short break, and when we return, it'll be more on the show.
Hi, my name is Adeyemi Olowa.
I joined the NTA family in 2012, starting at the NTA Educational Television. There I was assigned to produce programs like Young Inventors. Young Inventors is a science and tech program celebrating school children who produce innovative things in science and technology. I produced a program called Lens. Lens is an entertainment program that celebrates the showbiz industry, talking about movies, musicians and fashion designers and the likes. I joined the NTA Entertainment family in 2021 and it has been interesting, it has been awesome and definitely challenging. I produced the program called Talking Movies. Talking Movies is about celebrating and showcasing everything about movies. I love writing, I love researching, and I love meeting people. My name is Adeyemi Olowa, a staff of the Nigerian Television Authority.
It's still your weekend and now it's time for, and this is Tourism in Nigeria, and Adeyemi Olowa is standing by. Enjoy.
Fostering awareness among the international community of the importance of tourism and its social, cultural, and economic value is the reason why the World Tourism Day was created. With more than 1 billion tourists traveling to various international destinations every year, tourism has become a leading economic sector, contributing 9.8% of global GDP and represents 7% of the world's total exports. Tourism could be in the form of cultural revival or reawakening, promoting natural arts and crafts, and much more. Another impact of tourism is creating a good relationship between man and his natural environment, conservation and protection. Despite the growing interest in tourism, some of the challenges confronting the sector include taxation, travel marketing, infrastructure issues, security, and cross-border regulations. Too many tourism destinations are not prepared for visitors. Tourists or travelers can at times deem travel marketing to be exaggerated. In Nigeria, from 2010 to 2019, there has been a significant overall tourism growth in terms of visitation. In 2019, total visits peaked at 45.3 million, 80% more than in 2010. This growth was strongly supported by domestic overnight visits, which increased 80% in 10 years. Some of these tourist destinations in Nigeria include Takwa Bay Beach, Lagos, Lekki Conservation Center in Lagos, Olumo Rock, Abeokuta, Yankari Game Reserve, Idonre Hills, Obudu Cattle Ranch, and many other amazing destinations spread across the country. The theme for this year's World Tourism Day, Rethinking Tourism, involves improving the tourist's experience, more like better value for money and time, and encouraging positive spillover effects on the wider economy. Revenue gained from tourism is surely beneficial to the country.
Thank you so much, Adeyemi Olowa, for that beautiful report on tourism. And to take the conversation further, I have with me on set, he is Badaki Aliyu. He's the first deputy president of the Federation of Tourism Associations in Nigeria. Thank you, sir, for joining us.
Thank you very much.
It's good to have you on the show.
Yeah, nice meeting you too.
Okay.
You're welcome.
All right, thank you. So your association handles the sensitization of tourism in Nigeria. How well do you think tourism is known and appreciated in Nigeria?
Well, as you have said, that our association, that's Federation of Tourism Association of Nigeria, handles sensitization, not only sensitization. We represent the private sector.
Okay.
In Nigeria, we have a lot of associations that partake in tourism activities. But this is the umbrella body leading to that. It's a difficult thing to analyze in the sense that, do we really appreciate tourism in Nigeria? Are we doing it? Or is there tourism in Nigeria in practice or practically? Why I said this, it depends on so many factors. Why I have to come to this. So the promotion aspect, the availability of the sites, the infrastructure that's supposed to be in the place, the conducive environment, is it there? But in general, being private sector, we are striving hard to make sure that tourism activities are known in Nigeria. And we've been trying our best to do just that.
Okay. So how has it helped with the economy and social development of Nigeria? Do you think it has helped in any way?
It has. Unfortunately, UNWTO standard on the satellites account, especially when it comes to statistics, we still find it difficult to come out with it. But like the last one, NBS was able to bring out, and we were looking at about 4 to 4.5%. That's before COVID. The tourism activities has really contributed to the GDP of Nigeria. In Nigeria,
okay.
But again, we are equally contesting that, because if all the factors are brought in together, we believe strongly that the contribution should be more than that. Notwithstanding that, if we have done the needful, tourism, it's an activity that will bring a lot of advantages to Nigeria economy.
Okay. And what about social development?
And social development, wherever you have tourism activities taking place, a lot of social activities happens. It brings development there. It brings life there. You know, getting to the lowest entrepreneur. They sell arts, they sell culture, they display their culture, they showcase all these things we have, and the contribution is enormous. Electricity will be there, road network will be there, water will be there, and in as much as these things are provided for the tourists, the local authority will equally benefit in this aspect.
Okay. So every year on the 27th of September, World Tourism Day is celebrated.
Sure.
So what is your association doing to mark this day?
Well, this is a special day, and for World Tourism Day, it's supposed to be private sector, and that's what we stand for. The best we could get from government is to provide support and enable the environment. But reverse has been the case in Nigeria. But this year, we are going to make a statement. If you look at the theme of the World Tourism Day this year, rethinking tourism. And when you say rethinking tourism, it's aspect of what we have been talking about, to create job and to enhance community development. You understand? But this year, carefully, EFTAN as umbrella body of private sector in tourism, we are going to host this year event in Lagos. World Tourism Day is meant for a country to move around, especially with the way we are in Nigeria. We move from one state to another, and not just moving to that various states. That state, you should be able to market a tourist attraction. And carefully this year, what we have gone into is like what we call blue economy and tourism. Meaning that something dealing with ocean.
Okay. It's
aquatic one we are going to work on. You find out you see people operating boats, going to the sea. So we've not really tapped into that to develop our economy. I know Lagos have the largest part of this. We have the boat owners. You have people that they are domiciled where this sea or rivers are found. And what do they benefit from it? Okay. That's why we are bringing out this to market such products as part of our celebration for the day. And this one will enable those that are into that business to catch on it, and the benefit will go around.
Okay, that's fantastic.
Thank you.
All right, so let's talk about the theme. I know you mentioned briefly some of the things that you're saying, but let's talk more about it. Tell us more about what the theme rethinking tourism really means to you, and how can we achieve?
Yeah, exactly. When you
accomplishing
say rethinking tourism, meaning that what we have been doing before, how well have we done it? We have to go back to drawing board. I will use Nigeria as a case study. There are two major things affecting tourism in Nigeria.
Okay.
The law do not support tourism to grow in Nigeria. And the height of this was the Supreme Court judgment of 2013, where tourism is now taken to the state. And for God's sake, all of us know how many states can really develop tourism without federal presence. It's difficult. But I know with time, these things can be sorted out amicably. Okay. You find out that tourist sites, though they are domiciled in local governments, local government to the state, to the federal, but they must be developed. Do local government have the capacity to develop the sites? Do they have the capacity to provide infrastructures there? No. We have major aspect of it. We have the NTDC, we have the NIHOTA, then we have the NCAC, the NICO, Gallery of Art. All these things part of it, but their roles, they are not adequately backed up by the law. Okay. So if we want to be very serious about this, federal government can use that executive power to make sure these things are streamlined, passed acts like NTDC, let them be back up with an act, NIHOTA back up with an act according to the mandate at which they are being established. You find out that all these things will go smoothly and they can go anywhere to exercise their power. So this role is basically for the executive, for the legislative, and the judiciary to be able to come together on the same page to see how tourism can be backed up by law. Then when it comes to funding, you find out tourism is just as if it's been neglected. From federal to the states, you find out that they were not taking all these things serious. You can imagine when we have like our 79 billion naira being voted for tourism. And 80% of this go into recurrence just to pay salaries. The agencies that are involved, they are well funded. They will be able to carry out such activities and develop tourism as expected.
Okay. All right. So we are hoping that things will change since we are rethinking.
That's what's supposed to be.
Okay.
And that's the message we are trying to pass across as private sector.
Okay. So just before we go,
Yes.
What can we do to give Nigeria a positive image when it comes to tourism? And maybe you can mention one thing. What can you say we can call a tourist attraction in Nigeria? One of the, like, just mention one. And then what can we do to give Nigeria a positive image in terms of tourism?
We actually have a lot of tourism endowment in this country. And what we have come to realize that in a way we demarcate her. There are countries that their situations is even worse than us, and tourism still strive in those places. Because why? They know how to manage this. And again, I tend to disagree in some cases with some people. If you see the influx of people coming into Nigeria to tap into our tourism activities, is it the MICE? That's for conferences. You understand, we have strength in that one if we really develop the aspect at which it can be. And before we can do this, we'll have a big hotel with big hall, conference facilities for conventions, workshop, and the likes. Then when it comes to natural resources, let's go nearby state here, Kogi State, where we have Lugard, this thing. We have the first hospital. You know, Mountain Party is there. We have a lot we can sell. But it's just for us to sit down to the drawing board, rethink, and package all these things to the world. The market is there. It's just for us to package it. And people are there to do this. And we need to play less, more on the marketing ourselves. in order for all these things to thrive. Okay. You see, most countries, when you are leaving the airport, you go there, you see items you can take away. We have a lot of artwork, all those things we can display in our own place. But you go to most airports now, maybe you see fridges, all these foreign European things, instead of displaying our own thing.
Okay.
You know.
So we have a lot to do.
We have a lot.
First of all, we need to change our thinking about how we package
That's why
Nigeria.
we have to rethink.
We need to promote ourselves
promote
more.
ourselves, yes.
All right, thank you so much, sir. I wish we had more time to talk.
No problem.
But I know you have a lot to say, but we don't
no problem.
So I thank you so much for coming on the show, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
All right. The weekend continues with this report, and it's the 15 National Anthems concert put together by Julie Darling. Enjoy.
One of the rarest commodities in the world is peace. To ensure world peace, the United Nations set aside 21st September as International Day of Peace. In commemoration of the day, Julie Darling Entertainment World and Academy brought under one roof ambassadors, diplomats, and members of the United Nations to serve as spectators to the presentation of the national anthems of the United Nations member countries. Some of the countries whose national anthems were performed include Ireland, France, Britain, the USA, Côte d'Ivoire, the United Arab Emirates, and of course, Nigeria.
Being an International Day of Peace, United Nations International Day of Peace, we understand the language of music. So we are trying to preach our own peace through music by singing their national anthems and honoring nations.
Also on the set menu for the evening were peace talks. Peace is a cornerstone of every society, regardless of ethnic, religious, class, national, and racial boundaries.
It's important for us, for all of us, to better engage ourselves in peace making, peace building, peacekeeping, everything that can bring peace.
The only way to build peace is to engage all stakeholders, not stakeholders sitting in Abuja, but stakeholders right from the village, the youths, mothers, fathers, parents. Peace building must start from us as parents, from our homes.
I want to urge us all to embrace peace, to think peace, to sneeze peace, and then to speak peace all the time. And then everywhere there will be peace.
It is absolutely important that we all that live in this nation called Nigeria get involved in peace building, in the practice of peace. Let nobody exclude themselves. Let nobody say that it is somebody else's specialization.
Going by what is happening in the world today, war, chaos, everything, we all need peace. The first thing we need is peace. If you don't have a peaceful society, there can't be progress economically, socially, in all ways.
The performance of these national anthems on the International Day of Peace is a testament to the power of music and its unifying language. As music builds bridges and connects people from different parts of the world, let's all come together and continue to clamor for a world where peace resides.
Thank you so much, Mariam Sule, for that beautiful report. And to continue our conversation on tourism in Nigeria, I have with me Remi Osifo. She is the lead curator and tour guide with Abuja City Tourists. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining us. Tell us, why did you get into tourism? Have you always been interested in it?
Yes, so I had a very exciting childhood. My father enjoyed going out, so it kind of made me pick interest in going out, having fun, maybe not meeting people, but just going out and having fun. And fortunately, I served in a media firm when I started working. From there, I moved into management consulting, and this made me travel a lot around Nigeria and ultimately encouraged my interest in tourism. That was why I decided to go into it full time.
Okay, so media strategy and tourism is your area of expertise. Yes. Has there been enough awareness for tourism, so far?
Okay, at the time Abuja City Tourists began, I would say there wasn't a lot of information about tourism the way it is out there now. Tourism. Okay. I have since realized that people needed to see someone else start it to also begin. So COVID era really showcased tourism in Nigeria, interestingly. There were a lot of people that were at home and wanted to find places to eat while they were at home. And this encouraged people to write about restaurants they had been to. And I noticed that these restaurants, even though they weren't open at the time, they were selling. They were making a lot of money because people then discovered them. Now, why am I talking about restaurants? They're a huge part of the hospitality business. And if we focus on Abuja, they also make the huge percentage of the hospitality business here. Yeah. This in turn, aside restaurant, people started writing about places they've been to here in Abuja aside restaurant. Now I'm telling you that after COVID, people were ready to visit this. It really made people get very interested in tourism.
Okay, so what has been the response? I know you mentioned it briefly, but let's talk about it more in detail. What has been the response of people to your field of expertise?
In fact, it excites me every time I think about it. I would say that I never really thought that people were interested in local tourism. And at the time I started working and started traveling, I started finding out places. I was shocked that these places existed because prior to those trips, I never knew about these places. And just coming back, writing about it, the questions, the comments, the interest that I've noticed has been exciting. And I would say I know a lot of people. I know someone personally who made it a point of duty to travel to all states in Nigeria by road.
Wow.
Yes, by road. And she's one of the people that I think is also doing great stuff in sector, constantly writing about it, constantly changing the narrative about people that live in these places. It's just beautiful. And you see that for someone like me, just watching her makes me very excited. And for someone like me, it makes me want to explore Abuja, being my city, even more.
Okay. So I know you deal with a lot of people directly in terms of tourism. What has been the experience for you so far?
So I deal with Nigerians and I also deal with expatriates. And I ask people one question, especially foreigners when they come in, like, what did you hear about Nigeria before you visited Nigeria? And they tell you, I heard it's not safe. I heard it's not safe. I heard that I shouldn't come. But there's one thing they always say. Nigerians are hardworking and Nigerians are interesting people. It makes me very happy to hear foreigners say that. And when I interface with Nigerians coming to say Abuja to explore, they're like, I'm not going, especially Lagosians, I'm sorry Lagosians. They're like, I'm not going back to Lagos, I'm coming back to Abuja. And truly, people that have come here to explore the city have often shown interest in coming here, moving to Abuja. And so it's been interesting and very exciting so far.
Okay, so let's talk about some of those tourist attractions that you have discovered, especially with the FCT.
There are lots. Where do we begin? Okay, so we don't have the monuments, the waterfalls, but we have very interesting places. So we could start with the Ushafa pottery, which is a personal favorite. It's a pottery place where, it's been owned through generations. It's impressive the kind of art that goes on there. You have a Shafa Posh. You also have Usma Dam. You have the Shafa Crossrock. You have countless, honestly. There are a lot of beautiful places. The center of Nigeria is here in Abuja. Yes. Yes, it is.
Okay, so what's your favorite, apart from the Shafa pottery place that you mentioned?
Okay, I don't even know. I think I would choose Nike Art Gallery.
Oh, okay.
Aside the gallery, you can try your hands on adire making. And it makes, I really love doing that. It's so calming and so soothing.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay. So do you think Nigerians have harnessed, tourism and all that it entails to its fullest?
No. But I think we're getting there. So I talked about a resort research platform. And it broke my heart to see the kind of response it got. Now, there were people that went there regardless, but then there were a lot of people that expressed fear. I won't take this fear for granted. It's definitely, I understand where it's coming from. However, I think we should try to understand that there's really nowhere that is completely safe. However, take your precautions, but explore regardless. You can watch the time you go out and the time you return. Just the normal safety cautions you would take as a human being, take those safety cautions as well when exploring places. So I think there's predominantly fear when it comes to tourism within Nigeria. It's not baseless, I can assure you. I completely understand it. But regardless, there's no place that's 100% safe. We should just try to explore.
Okay, so what can we do to create a more positive Nigerian tourism for outsiders, people that come in?
That's why Abuja City Tourist is there. That's why there are other platforms there to doing the good work. So we constantly we talk about the sites that could be worked on, but we're constantly trying to push the narrative of positivity. We're trying to showcase that we're not perfect, but we're there and these things actually exist here. So it's just constantly talking, constantly doing our findings, constantly trying to explore these places so that other people can explore, because you can't take away the fact that people want to go to places based off your own experience. So if you haven't been there and you're talking to me about somewhere, why should I go there? I won't believe you. I don't want to go. So I think we should continue to explore. I think we should continue to write and change the narrative. I'm doing that. I know a lot of people that are doing good work as well. So I think it's a gradual process, but yeah, we're getting there.
Okay. I understand that Abuja City Tourist is a private
yes, it is.
Entity.
Yes.
What do you collaborate with the government to make sure that things work in terms of tourism?
Not yet. Yes, not yet. I do belong to an association, a tour guide association, but we haven't gotten to the point where we're doing like full-on collaborations with the government. No, not yet.
Okay. So I thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you.
And I wish you all the best in your endeavors. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
So your weekend continues with this report, and it's the installation of the 13th president of Abuja Metropolitan Lions Club. Enjoy.
Being elected to lead is a show of belief and trust by an association to the elected. This came to the fore as the Abuja Metropolitan Lions Club installed her 13th president, Lion Ladi Aliu Okoje, along with other board members.
I've been authorized to install the directors of this club. Please, may we...
Lion Aneken Michael, LCIF coordinator.
Director of Convention, Lion Doshma Abdullahi.
Lion Alumuku Jude, Director of Service.
Preceding her installation was the customary striking out of office and decoration of the incoming president by Lion Aneken Michael.
Going, gone.
Lions present and visitors congratulated the newly elect, noting that it was the beginning of a new phase for the Abuja Metropolitan Lions Club, and also pledged their full support
for the new president and the entire board.
The President Ladi has been of immense support to the club, a strong pillar. She has been there from inception, so she knows the rudiments of Lionism, and I can assure you that she will make a wonderful president, an excellent president, and all of us are in support of her. We are going to be with her all the way.
We have like 64 clubs under my districts, and all of them, whatever they are doing, I have the right or I have the privilege of supporting them. So whatever this club is going to do, I'm going to support them. They started well, they have a lot of things at hand, and they are going to carry it out peacefully.
I congratulate them, I wish them well, and I want to urge them that as they take up this responsibility, they should run with the ideals of Lions Club. If I can do anything, I would love to also lend my support to the projects they're doing. That's why I said they should pick a project, any part of Nigeria. Myself, with the support of my friends, we'll see how we can fund that project and bring it to fruition.
The outgoing president expressed his pleasure at the smooth transition while highlighting some projects carried out during his tenure.
It's indeed a huge relief and a pleasure knowing that transition has just happened. Our interventions in the last Lions year is innumerable. Reason being, I could not lay hold on a good number, but just to mention a few. One of such is the provision of water, potable water, solar powered across FCT. So we have 3 different locations. Tungamaji is one, Kado community has received 2 in present time.
The newly installed president, Lion Ladi, expressed her joy and wasted no time to unveil the focus of the Lionistic year.
I'm just grateful to God for today. Yeah, I'm so happy. For this Lionistic year, our focus is going to be on the School of the Blind. Why did we choose the School of the Blind? In the time past, we're able to identify children that are in the School of the Blind. Their parents thought they were blind, but actually corrective surgeries could make them see again. Another part we intend focusing on is the Pediatric Cancer Center. Before now, we have a center in Gwagwalada. During 2020-2021 Lionistic year, we built a 20-bedded center for the children at Gwagwalada Teaching Hospital, Abuja. And we intend on equipping that center.
The Abuja Metropolitan Lions Club, which is one of the most vibrant chapters of Lions Club in District 404A2, Nigeria, has set about touching lives of people in the FCT and environs through their humanitarian outreaches and empowerment programs.
Okay, congratulations to Lion Ladi Aliyu Okoje. And moving on the show, it's time for Top Listers, and Charles Azanwa is standing by.
I followed you when money get it. So no call you. So no go there where you party there way.
Number 5 on our top listers for this week is Apollo by Victoni. The super talented music artist has returned with the official music video for Apollo 6 months after releasing the audio. The song, which is housed under his sophomore EP, Outlaw, now boasts of a colorful and appealing music video.
Mommy, pull over, no go run over me, my dear. Becky, slow down, no na bulldozer for your back. Draw me closer, make I talk. Becky, slow down, no go run over me, my dear. I know.
Claiming the number 4 spot is Need Your Love by R2B's featuring Gyaki. Ghanaian veteran music group R2B's collaborate with Raven Songbird Gyaki on their latest single Need Your Love. The song is produced by gifted beatmaker Highlander Beats and is housed under their latest studio album back to basics.
I tell you something, I tell you one thing, you bring out the best in me. Best believe you got the recipe. Rest in peace, my feelings to my ex, cause you are the best. You bore me a child, another one less, what could I ask for? I'm in love, girl, I fall, and I'm a stand-up guy. Straight up, I stand tall. I stand tall, I'm a stand-up guy. Straight up.
Taking top spot on our top listers for this week is Kolo Kolo by Patu Rankin featuring Diamond Platinums. Nigerian music star Patu Rankin returns with Kolo Kolo featuring Tanzania's Diamond Platinums. The joyous Afrobeat banger produced by Young Willis is the first single from Patu Rankin's forthcoming album and his first new release since 2021's Celebrate Me.
Thank you, Charles, for bringing to us the top 5 trending songs of the week. And that's the size of our package on today's edition of Your Weekend. I hope you enjoyed watching. Join us next time for an even more exciting episode. I am Chineye Ozo. Bye.